Hey there, how are you? Welcome to my page. My name is Missy Mo and I am a mindset ninja as far as your health and fitness goes. And so today I'm going to tell you the truth about how to stay on track with your health and fitness. And sometimes this is going to go against what I may have said early on in my health and fitness career. And so I think that things have changed, and I think that for one reason or another, things are a little bit skewed as far as like how in the world have you, whenever I've been asked the question, how have I stayed on track all these years? And hey Lee, how are you? Hey Liz, how are you? Rebecca, I think I saw you jump on too. And I want to kind of break it down with 3 tips. And I just had this revelation that what I had been doing all of these years, the one thing that always kept me on track and helped me to stay on point is there's 3 things, but one thing was very controversial and I didn't want it to be about that, but guys, it really is about it. And it's just a tool that I used. And the reason why I use this tool is because I couldn't see in the mirror what everybody else could see. I couldn't gauge if I was looking okay in the mirror. And so I used the tool that everybody is afraid of. And it's the tool called the scale, okay? And so I know this is a controversial point. I know that some people are gonna be like, no, she's not saying this. But I want you to know that it's just a tool. It's not an end all that meets all. It doesn't define who you are. The number does not define who you are, but it is a tool that we have to become comfortable with, because if we're not comfortable with the tool, then how are you going to know if you're staying on track, or if what you're putting into your body is not causing you to gain fluid, cause inflammation, different things like that. So it's not a number that defines you, but it is a tool that you need to use and have in your toolbox to where you can see where you're going. Because if you're deathly afraid to get on the scale and you don't, then guess what? That 5 pounds, that 10 pounds, that 15 pounds, that 20 pounds, and before you know it, you might be 40 pounds overweight, has crept up. But if you're getting on the scale at least once a week, that is not going to hurt you. That is going to do what it needs to do to help you rein in what needs to be reined in. And sometimes if you have to get on the scale more than just once a week, if you're not addicted to the scale, meaning that you're just so worried if you're gonna gain weight or not gain weight, there's a difference, okay? But if you're using it as a tool to see, did I have enough water yesterday? Am I hydrated? Am I dehydrated? Did I have a hard workout yesterday? And am I full of fluid because I gained, because I worked out with weights yesterday, so the inflammation in my body is higher? Did I have, maybe some inflammatory foods that I know are not necessarily good for me, but I had them, and so now I have an extra pound or 2 on the scale. Okay, well, all of that stuff matters. And so I just wanted to come on here and just kind of be real and talk to you about my journey and what I used in my, all of these years, and how I stayed on track. And And I just want you to know that you have to become comfortable. Yes. Okay, Lee's saying she used to be addicted, now just once a week for accountability. Exactly, it's a tool. And that's a great way, Lee, to put it, for accountability, guys, because that's what I used. I didn't jump on it every day, but every 2 or 3 days I would get on it. And I noticed that in these last 6 months, I've done the same thing because I wanted to see how different foods were making my body react. And was I holding on to inflammation or was I not? And I'm telling you, there's kind of a healing process that has occurred in these last, 18 weeks. And I'm so happy because I'm able to tell you the truth about using the scale and that it's not such a bad thing. But we have to make peace with the scale. And yes, we don't want the scale in our lives, because the scale tells us bad things whenever we don't necessarily do what we're supposed to be doing in regards to our health and fitness, right? So if you're eating out of control, you're not drinking your water, you are not, concerned with, that, then you're going to go up in weight. Okay. I mean, you're going to go up in your, in your weight, in your pounds, because you're adding, fat. But now if you're working out and you're taking that into consideration, you are going to it's going to all balance out, but it does help you to stay in check. And so I just want you to know this, guys, because it's so, so, so important. It is just a tool. Wearing clothes is awesome. Patty just said she finally broke the scale habit. She's not even worried about the number anymore. It's about her clothes, and that's a beautiful thing, because your clothes are fitting you well or whatever. But that's awesome, and that's another tool that we use. But it's okay not to be afraid of the scale. It's like healing that relationship with the scale, so to speak. And the same thing goes for healing that relationship with your food. But the other thing I want to talk about too is the other tip. So once you get a baseline, weight, and then I want you to weigh once a week and see how you're doing, because that is a good tip. And then that way you can gauge, okay, what did you do last week? Now, sometimes you might have to weigh 3 times a week, and that's okay, because you're seeing how your food is adjusting to your body, okay, and how your workouts. But I know this is something that you can do, and I know if you're working with a coach like myself, then it's easy for you to be able to communicate with your coach about these up and down movements on the scale, okay? So, but it's super, super important for you to heal that relationship with the scale and not be addicted to it, as far as beating yourself up about it if you have gained, weight and different things like that, because everybody loves the scale whenever the scale is going down, right? But nobody really loves the scale whenever it starts creeping up. But what it has done in my past is that it allows me to know, oh, it's time to reel it in, reel in that food, reel in those workouts, start pushing harder, and start getting that water in. Did you have all of your water yesterday, Missy? And it made me more aware. So it's a tool that you use. So hey, Felicia, hey, Dodie, if you guys can hear me, give me some thumbs up. I don't know if you can. And anybody that's watching the replay, please click #replay, or not click it, but comment #replay. And that way I can see who got to see it live and who got to see the replay. But anyway, and if you have any questions, please let me know. And then the second tip that I have for you is goals. You have to have goals, okay? Measurable goals. And you need to have goals that are 4 weeks at a time. So yes, you want to have a 12-week plan, because nothing changes, other than a good 12, in 12 weeks. That's whenever a good established habit has been formed, and you have a new way of living, a new lifestyle has formed. It takes 21 days to make a new habit or break a habit, but it takes a good 90 days to develop that habit and have it become part of your lifestyle. And that's what I want for you. Okay, so make sure you have some goals, and in those goals, you want to make sure that you are measuring them. Within 4 weeks, I will blank. Within 4 weeks, I will blank. Okay, and you have 5, I usually like all of my challenges to have at least 5 goals. And, maybe it's your water you need to be drinking. So within 4 weeks, I will be drinking 75 ounces of water every single day. Within 4 weeks, I will be down to 1 Diet Coke a day. Within 4 weeks, I will not hit the snooze button, and I will get up and work out. Within 4 weeks, I will not go out on Friday nights and have chips and salsa and margaritas and flour tortillas and, everything. I will balance, so whatever it has, whatever your thing is. Mine, whenever I first started this journey, it was within 4 weeks, I will not have pita chips and hummus, every Friday night, and, margaritas. Okay. That was my thing. And so, I just want you to know, oh wait, sorry. Okay, I'm going to get back to that. Lee's saying, April goal, get back on track, lose 10 pounds by my birthday on Monday. And she's at 8.5 pounds. woohoo. And that girl did it with a mindset of nutrition, water, and doing, self-care, because if you guys don't know Lee, she had an injury that just occurred, and she was coming off of another injury, and by golly, she did it. And I'm so proud of you, Lee, and that is awesome. Yes. And I mean, that's what it takes sometimes, but she had to use different tools to be able to measure that and to stay on point and to stay on track. And I know she's going to probably hit that goal, or she's going to get so close to it, because anything can happen in 2 days. I mean, that's like some fluid, right? And we're doing a water challenge right now, and she already drinks, she drinks plenty of water, 100 ounces, but she's drinking a gallon today. And maybe she's going to drink a gallon tomorrow so she can flush it all out. All right? Because that's what we got to do. Our body gets so, full of toxins and pollutants and everything just from the air around us, guys. I mean, it is nuts. And that makes us hold on to different things that are bad for us, all right? And so I just want to encourage you to think about that, all right? But let's go back to the goals. Okay, so you're going to have your goals and they're going to be measurable, all right? And then I want you to put why you want to do this. You need to have at least 3 reasons why you want these goals to happen. And you need to dig deep. You need to maybe put down your first one. Maybe it's because you want to look good naked. Maybe it's because you want to want to feel good and have energy. All right, but then I want you to ask yourself, go deeper, go a layer deeper. Why do you want to feel good naked? Why do you want to feel why do you want to have more energy? Is it because you want to be able to run after your kids and participate in their lives? Is it because you're sick and tired of freaking sleeping and not taking care of yourself? Is it because you are sick and tired of looking in the mirror and not liking the reflection staring back at you? Those are all amazing reasons and amazing whys that are going to help you push whenever it comes to the time, whenever you decide, that, hey, maybe you don't want to work out, or maybe you don't, maybe you want to eat that treat, or maybe you don't. These things are really critical in your journey to get you started and to get this lifestyle going. All right. So come up with 3 reasons why. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to talk about old patterns. These patterns are things that have stumped you in the past. And I need you to look at that, and I need you to focus, and I need you to really think about what in the world, what has stumped me? What has stopped me? What is it? What always happens? Because you know the answer. You know the answer. I don't know the answer for you, but I know the answer for me. My answer is freaking snoozing that alarm clock. Whenever I was working and I wanted to get a little bit more sleep, and so I was like, okay, I need to just snooze my alarm clock just a little bit longer or whatever. Well, that sets up this whole sleep inertia, and it's terrible. It's terrible for our bodies, it's terrible for our minds, and we end up going back to sleep, and then the snooze button goes off again, and it's too late. You're in the middle of a sleep cycle, and it throws your whole Saturday off or Sunday off, and so the best thing to do is just use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. If you haven't heard of it, by Mel Robbins, she's amazing, and it gets you out of bed, and it just gets you to the restroom. And then whenever you get to the restroom, you need to do some things. Empty your bladder, splash water in your face, brush your teeth, drink 16 ounces of water. And did I say splash water in your face? Yeah. All right. Yes. All of those things. Okay. Because those things work. All right. And then check your journal, because the next thing I'm going to talk about is your journal. But right now, that's one of the things that a pattern, these are things that you need to identify. What was a pattern that needs to be changed? And then you need to put down the new pattern, what you're going to do. You're going to get up. You're not going to snooze the alarm clock. You're going to use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. All right. So do 3 of those. Okay. At least 3, 5 if you would need 5. All right. Because it's, what you need to do, okay? And, it may be that you're too much on social media, and you need to stop being on social media during the times where you need to be working out. And put the phone away. Don't allow yourself to open the phone and check social media until after your workout is done. I promise you, it works. Trust me. And don't check emails and all this kind of stuff either. It works. Trust me. I know. All right. And so make sure that if skipping your workouts is another thing that was an old pattern, like you skip your workouts because you woke up late or you just didn't get it in, then make it to where you don't skip your workouts. Or if you skip your planned workout, that you move your body for the day. Whatever it is that you have to baby step yourself into this, that's what you need to do, okay? Whatever your story is, whatever your situation is, it may be your water intake, it may be your Diet Coke habit, it may be your Coca-Cola habit, whatever. You know what needs to change. I don't, but you know. And so those things, those little habits, maybe it's a bag of potato chips every day after you get off work for the commute home. Maybe it's like me, I would grab like a bag of pretzels out of the vending machine at work. And then I would get home and I would eat like almonds because I thought they were healthy, and they are healthy. They're a healthy fat, but not never you're eating a whole bag of them, right? Okay. So I hope you get that. So just know that you know what is stopping you, okay? And then you want to have the new patterns. What are you going to do instead? And then you need to read those every day. I know that's the hard part, but you need to have it printed out. You need to read it. You need to read your goals. You need to read your why every day, and you need to read those patterns of actions to remind you of where you were, and to where you'll be able to see that it's getting better and better and better. All right. And those are incredible. I promise you that tool is a lifesaver. Okay. And so the next thing I want to talk to you about is a journal, like having a journal and scheduling out your workouts, writing about what's going on with your journey. Okay. Journaling your food, if you are, tracking your intake of food, whether it be calories, which I don't do, but I use a container system, and then sometimes I use not a container system. And like right now, I'm not really doing yellow containers as much. Maybe one right now a day, and that's a carb basically. But I want you to track whatever you have to track, because that will help you see what needs to change or what you can do better on. And yes, write it all down, the good, the bad, the ugly, and it will help you, because that's what the goal is. You need to have something that will help you to get where you need to go. All right. And then track your progress, because in your journal, to where you can reflect back on it during the week and see, okay, like, is there a spot for you to write down how much you weigh? Is there a spot for your measurements? Like, put that in your journal, like write it out. And those are amazing tips to help you. The Lose It app is awesome for tracking. Yes, if you're tracking macros, you can do that. I use that. That's the one app that I use. I don't have to use it now, but if you're just using it, then use that. And there's so many other things. I mean, some people use what is it, the Fitness Pal or something? I think that's one that people can use. And there's so many different, variations that you can use. But whatever you are, make sure that you're tracking, okay? And that you are looking at how you can improve. That's what it's all about, right? So I hope this helped you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment. And Lee says, I have kept a food log every day this month. Wow, sister, high five, virtual fist bump, triple fist bump, because girl, I bet you my bottom dollar, that has gotten you where you're at right now in that 8.5 pound weight loss. And you know what? I'm so proud of you, because it just shows and it just confirms that if we are conscious about what we put in our bodies, then we can find, what works for us, right? Because it's the yucky stuff or whatever, but it doesn't mean that we can't have treats every now and then. I mean, hello, we're human. You can have a treat. Don't not allow yourself to have a treat, but don't go crazy and overboard and take some like crazy supplements and stuff like that to try to like wash it all out or like what have you. There's so many things out there on the market these days that are ridiculous. And I mean, the studies are nuts or whatever, but it's so funny because, you're just setting yourself up. If you're not building a lifestyle and like knowing that it's okay for you to have like a treat instead of punishing yourself and having to take something to like wash it out or like to make yourself like burn different things, it's not worth it, right? You're just depriving yourself, and you're setting up that same that old negative belief, that diet mentality, and you want to get rid of that. You do not want that in your life. And so think about that whenever you are making your choices and you are doing what you need to do. But I am so super proud of everybody. Hey, Mark just jumped on. He is like with his wife right now, supporting her, and I think she's maybe finished with her race. Maybe not, 65 miles, that's kind of long. But anyway, I don't know. But Mark can give us an update about how she's doing. But anyway, that's all I want to talk about, and I hope these tips helped you. And we are going to end this live now. And again, please know that I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, if you're watching the replay, make sure that you click #replay, and make sure that you follow me. If you haven't, hopefully you got a notification to follow me and you selected yes. And if not, then in the comment section, in the post, you can like hit the 3 little dots, and basically you can set up notifications, or you can save this video, because maybe you need to like listen to this again more than once. I know for me, whenever I first started talking about this and learning about all this, that it was hard, and but I didn't have anybody. I didn't have a video to go watch again, and I just did it. I just made it happen. And so hopefully you are going to make up with the scale. All right. Number 1, you're going to start writing out your goals. You're going to like come up with some, your why, and you are going to think about your actions, okay? Your old patterns of action and your new patterns of action. And you're going to use that tool. All right. And then you're going to read that like every day. And if you can do it twice a day, then do it twice a day, because I can promise you, whenever I first started this journey, many years ago, that's what I had to do. I had to read my goals out every day and what I wanted, because stopping the chips and salsa and the margaritas, and the fun on Friday nights with my friends that were like causing me to keep a layer, on me, was not good. And I needed to make a change, okay? And so I just want you to know that you guys can do this. And yes, it might be hard, but you guys can do it, all right? And remember, the scale is only a tool. It does not define you. The number does not define you. It is only a tool that you must use. And that's all I want to say. All right, take care, and I hope you guys have an awesome day, and happy Saturday for you, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.